Welcome to our next tutorial on audio transcription. Hello my dear friends, this is Javad Hosseini from Iran Nopendar, the leading audio transcription center in Iran. Today we're gonna learn how to use EasyCorrect, the automatic correction feature of EasyTranscribe, our special software for audio transcription. EasyCorrect is a very valuable feature because this feature helps us complete abbreviated words and correct the common mistakes. It also helps us not to use shift button while typing our text. For example, in the beginning of sentences, when we need to capitalize the first letter of each sentence, the software automatically corrects the capitalization. Also, for example, we need to write capital I instead of small I. It corrects it automatically and capitalizes the cases of I in the middle of sentence when we need to press shift, because shift is like a bump. Shift is like the thing that reduces our speed while typing very fast. We don't want to use shift at all. Now, how do we use EasyCorrect? At first, let me see what words I am going to repeat many times over and over in my text. In this text, for example, I need to repeat these words: research, market, and market research. I want to define some abbreviations for them so the software will complete those abbreviated words and I will not have to write them completely. I go to the application folder without closing the application. I don't need to close the application, but I can close it too. I go to the application folder by pressing Alt plus Tab. Then I go to Spell folder. Here I have Farsi and English. I go to English. I go to autocorrect. Here I see two TXT files, spelling errors and user-defined.txt. I can add more TXT files as well. The software automatically detects all the TXT files in this folder and uses them as autocorrect dictionaries. The spell errors.txt file contains some common spelling errors. I go to user-defined.txt. See, the first line is written MRKLI Alaki. What is this? This is just a meaningless word because the software ignores the first line of the text file. I go to the next line. I press enter. I go to the next line. I write, for example, RH, and I press tab, and I write research. That means whenever I write RH, I want the software to turn it into research. Then I go to the next line. RHS tab researches, RHG researching, RHD researched. I press Ctrl S. I press Alt Tab to return to the software. I press F5 to refresh the database. Now, let me write RH. If the software beeps, that means the software did not detect the abbreviated form. If the software does not beep, that means the software detected the abbreviation. RH space, no, it didn't beep. That means the software knows the abbreviation. Okay, I want to define a few more abbreviations as well. I can do it from inside the software itself too. For example, I want to see if this word MRK is not already defined in the dictionary of the file. Yes, MRK is already defined. Let me write MRT. It beeps. That means MRT is not already defined in the dictionary. So I write MRT. I go to MRT. I right click on it. I press add to easy correct. The software asks me, what word do you want to use as the replacement for MRT? I write market. Market. Enter. Okay, now I write MRTS. I press a space. Yes, it is not defined. I should use meaningless abbreviations, because if I use meaningful abbreviations, for example HER instead of research, whenever I write HER-BAG, the software changes it to research bag. That's why I check if the word is already defined in the dictionary of the file or in the abbreviations. MRTS, I right click, I press add to is correct. Here I write markets. Okay, markets. Should I write it with small m or capital M? If I want the word to be always capitalized, I should write it with capital M. But if I want it to be smartly capitalized, I write it with small m. For example, when I write market here, see, when I press space, the software does not beep again because it knows this word now. Whenever I write MRTS in the beginning of the sentence, it turns it into markets and it capitalizes the first letter automatically. Whenever I write it in the middle of sentence, it does not capitalize the word, but it corrects the word. For example, okay, now I want to write a few sentences that contain a few typos, a few typing mistakes. I want to see if the software corrects those typing mistakes and also corrects my abbreviations. For example, I write here, research is my hobby. Instead of research, I wrote RH, and it is in the beginning of sentence. It should start with capital R, but I wrote it with small r. I also write markets, MRTS, markets. MRTS are crowded now and I want to go to the market. Remember, I wrote MRTS instead of markets, small I instead of capital I, MRT instead of market, and I also started my sentence with small m instead of capital M. Now I press Ctrl F12 or I go to edit menu and press easy correct. A new page opens, a new form opens. Easy correct form opens up. Here I have two edit boxes, the source text and the corrected text. The source text is my main text in the edit box of the software. The corrected text is empty now until I press correct all. If I press correct all, it corrects all my mistakes and completes all the abbreviations. The software does not correct the words automatically until we autocorrect them, we easy correct them. This increases the responsiveness and the reaction speed of the software. If it wants to automatically correct the words while typing, that will decrease the reaction speed of the software. Okay, remember not to close this window until correction is finished, because when you close this window, the corrected text is replaced in the place of the original text. So if you close it empty, your text will become empty. Of course, your original text will remain intact. It will not be damaged because the new text will be saved in a new file. But you will see an empty file if you close the easy correct window without correcting the text. Okay, I press correct all. items corrected.
Capitalization 4 items.
Capitalization 2. Language 1 autocorrect 3. I press OK. That means it corrected 3 abbreviations and 2 cases of capitalization. Now I close the window by pressing Alt F4. Sometimes after closing the window, if my text becomes right to left instead of left to right, I press Ctrl A and I press the Ctrl with left shift. Ctrl left shift will make it left to right. I go to the end of the text. Yes, here it turned MRT into market. Small I. Oh, small I is not turned into capital I. I should define it in easy correct. I should write a small I in the left column and capital I in the right column, so it corrects small and capital I. Yes, it turned markets in MRTS into markets and it capitalized the first M, the first letter. Research is my hobby. It turned RH into research and it also capitalized the first letter of the sentence. Always do easy correct before sending your text to your client, because easy correct corrects many typos and many mistakes. For example, if you forget to capitalize one of the letters in the beginning of a sentence, it corrects the text for you. At the same time, remember to read your text before sending to your client, because there might be some mistakes after doing easy correct if you define your abbreviations wrongly. Okay, that's our today's tutorial. This is Jawad Hosseini from Iran Open Door. Nice to talk to you. See you later. Bye.